How's it going, guys? James here from Butler Farms, out here just getting another little project finished up that I've been working on for some time. Y'all have seen in my other videos me talking about the raised beds and just now getting them in place. Still don't have them filled, but I did want to, with this last one that I'm building for this year, with the price of lumber, especially the cedar lumber, 3 a year is about all I'm going to be able to do, which is fine, because if you've watched my videos, you know that the strawberry patch I never was able to get it cleaned out because of cost. It was to rent a piece of equipment to do that was very cost prohibitive. So I'm going to give it another year to rot down as it is. So this place that we cleaned off when the storms came through, when the guys were here cleaning up all the trees and stuff, they came in here and cleared all this out. And I've shown you this before down here below, even below that little retaining wall down there. We had lost all of this land to the woods encroaching, and where we're standing right now was so thick you couldn't walk through it. So we've got this new, I call it new property, even though it's been here the whole time, but it's actually functional now. It's something we can use. But I've gotten some comments about I don't know how to build, I don't know how to construct one of these myself. I think I'll just buy them. I would say go ahead and try at least to build one. These 8-foot cedar boards, I think here in central Alabama, are about $14 a piece. So it's about $50 for the sides and another $25 to $30 for the ends. And then of course you've got that 4x4 treated post. So grand total, you've got about $75 or $80 in it. I don't find a lot online that are this size that are anywhere near that price point. I mean, it is out of wood, so eventually it will have to be replaced, but that's why I went with the treated 4x4 post in the corners. I couldn't find cedar in 4x4, and that's why I went with the cedar, so that it'll last a little bit longer. But also, I don't think that it's not just a cost thing. There's nothing to this. These are just 4x4 posts that I've cut, at about 12 inches long. That's my pieces that hold it all together. And you can see that all I've done is I take these and I lay them down and I line them up. Now, even still, sometimes it's not your fault. This board right here, and it's flush at the other end. You can see that this came from the factory a little bit short, and I didn't know that until I'd already put it down. This board has not been cut, not by me. So, sometimes you just get what you get, and that's the way you have to do it. On this last one, I went ahead and brought it down here. These other two I had to tote from my shop up there, and I got to thinking that's not the brightest idea in the world to have to bring all this down. So I just I cut all the pieces up there, and I'm just going to put them together down here. So again, all I did is just lay those blocks down, line them up, and I put 2 screws in each board. You could get by with one. If cost is an issue, obviously 2 are going to be stronger than 1. Keep in mind that when you're building these raised beds, I know some people use them as kind of a focal point in their yard, and they want them to be pretty and everything. And I think this wood it is pretty, but at the same time, you're building something to hold dirt, to hold soil, not dirt, but soil. And there's no reason to get too fancy with it. It needs to be functional. In my opinion, it needs to be functional before pretty. This is on the back side of our property. Nobody will ever see this other than me. I don't even know if people driving down the road will even notice they're over here, because most of the time, excuse me, most of the time they don't pay any attention other than throwing trash in my yard as they go by to the lake. But make it functional. I know some of you live places where things have to look a certain way with HOAs and that kind of thing. And as I've told you before, if I had to live with an HOA, I would just live on the streets, I guess, because that's not going to happen. But I can't imagine that if these were in your backyard in any neighborhood that the HOA would have anything to say about them. I mean, they're very attractive. They don't draw attention, and they are completely functional. So real quick, I'm not going to make you watch me put all 4 of these end pieces on. But once I get my side pieces on, I just simply stand them back up. And if you'll come around this way, and then I'm going to take, now it's going to be a little bit harder here because the ground is not exactly level, and like my shop floor is. But again, guys, this is not, it doesn't have to pass code. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my screws started. These are 3.5 inch exterior deck screws, and then I'm going to make sure it's lined up as best I can, and I'm going to go ahead and put this one in. Hard to do upside down, and that's it. And then my next one, which I'll do this in just a moment, the next one I'm just going to stack right on top of it just like that, and there you go. So real easy to do, and it's very functional. Also, before I let you go out of here, you notice all of my cardboard in the bottom. Now, those of you that garden know what that's about. That's weed suppression. I do have weed fabric, a whole big roll of it up there in the shop, but me not knowing whether this is going to be the permanent place for these, I'm not going to waste it down here. Also, the one thing that I have noticed about the weed fabric, I have used it in my garden before. You can see right here, even as early in the year as it is, fire ants are already starting to come out. And every time I've used that weed fabric, fire ants show up underneath it. They like the heat of it, and every time you pull it up, it's just a humongous ant bed. But what this that's about 2 different layers of cardboard. Again, guys, use free stuff. Don't go buy stuff. Yes, I have that weed fabric, but you can see what I went back to using. This comes out of a commercial lunchroom. This is just their boxes, and somebody's going to ask, well, what if it has the printing on it? Guys, most of the printing that they do now is soy based, so I'm not real worried about that. It's going to break down. Make sure you get all of your packing tape off of it, or all of it that you can. I don't want that in there because that won't break down. But the cardboard is going to shade out and kill all the grass under this. It's going to be a weed barrier, and eventually it's going to become part of the soil. So it's kind of a win-win all the way around. And again, don't worry about now you don't want like a shiny box that you would get from like Sam's or Walmart or something that's got all the graphics on it. I don't ever use that kind of stuff, but you can see this is the kind of stuff that I use, and you can see it's got writing all over it. But like I said, most of the time the ink on them now are soy based, and so that's not going to hurt anything. It's just gonna, and I put it face down anyway. But there's another piece of that packing tape. But that's it. I've got 2 of them in place, ready to go. I'm getting ready to zip this one together and put cardboard in it, and then my next step will have to be me going to all these trash piles that I keep throwing out in the woods and getting I'm gonna put a pretty good layer of sticks on the bottom. Not really a back to Eden kind of garden, but just something on the bottom, because I don't know if you've priced good topsoil lately. Again, I need something to take up some of the volume here that will break down. It's not gonna hurt anything. But if I try to fill all 3 of these with just nothing but topsoil, my potting soil that I make, and some other things, my compost that I mix in, first of all, I won't have enough. Second of all, the price continues to grow and grow and grow, because I priced some good topsoil the other day, and I can't afford to just put topsoil top to bottom. So I'll put sticks in the bottom on top of these cardboard boxes, just simply to take up some of the space. Now, I'm not going to pile them up because I'm going to be growing carrots and things like that in here too. So I don't want anything that when my carrots get 3 or 4 inches long, they're already running into sticks and splitting and all that kind of stuff. So it won't be something like that, but it'll be a good layer down through there to hold the cardboard down, to take up some of the volume, and eventually rot down and create more soil. So kind of another win-win all the way around. Now, trust me, I've got plenty of junk that can be broken up and thrown in here. So I'm gonna leave it there. I've got other things on my list to do, so I've got to get this last one put together, and that'll be it for today. I won't be going to get the sticks today. I've got some other things that are a little more pressing before I get through this afternoon. So guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. We're still growing, and I appreciate that. Please, after you watch one, hit that thumbs up button and tell a friend. because that's how we're going to continue to grow. And until next time, remember, we love you. God bless you. This is James from Butler Farms. We'll be seeing you.